Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Danielle. I think MITO looks alright. I think it needs another pullback. But if it goes here and break high of day, 241, I might take a small trade on it. Ideally, this pulls back one more time, retests VWAP and 5-minute chart, and then sets up for high of day break later. But if it does break high of day here, I might just take it really tiny. It'd be a 13-cent risk. So it looks like it's going now. Alright, so I missed it, but I think it went a little too early. So I passed there. Yeah. Alright, so that was a bad. So that's the reason we wait for a pullback. It'll be a cleaner move. The reason we want to pull back because we want some sellers out. Here, when it pushes up, you're gonna have sellers selling up here. So now it's a 15-minute test. If it actually reclaims now, it'll look better now. You have overhead longs stopped out there. Or longs that bought right here. Nmrd. Yeah, also don't have shares locate for Nmrd. So won't be able to short this. So we'll wait to see if there's a long setup. It's going to need to reclaim 1450 as support. So if it does something like this, we can get interesting in a long trade later. So I'll set an alert at 1453. It gets over there. Other than that, I don't have shorts, so can't look at short trade on this, but potential long would be 1453 support. ORGS. Looks pretty weak after the opened. SSY might get a pullback here towards the low fours. I think this can set up later for this bigger breakout here. But it's gonna need some hourly candles. It might break out for SSY maybe end of the day. For SSY. Okay, yeah, so it's a huge correction there. So I said I was gonna go probably the low fours, but I ended up going like sub 4. That was a inverted cup and handle. The 5-minute was extended there, so there's a potential short there off that VWAP level, VWAP break. Inverted cup and handle. So that was a potential 410 short on that break, risking 425. It's like a 15-cent share or 15 cents risk there, and that was roughly a 25-cent move. But yeah, it pulled back farther than I anticipated. So, but that's an hourly test, so it actually, reclaims its VWAP level, 415 or so. We can look at a long trade later, something like this. So this is a good correction pullback here. So I'll set an alert just right above 415. We can revisit it later. It gets back over there. I think this NXE is extended on the daily chart. Might see a pullback, but I think it needs a correction first. Hey, Grudas369, good morning. Leads. Yeah, nice spike up leads there. So I had some resistance around this $7.75, $8 area. And then the next resistance around $9.38. Yeah, but yeah, historically it doesn't hold its gain, so and you can see on the days where it made a huge move, it has a huge wick, so it does lose 50% of its highest range on this day. 30% here. It lost like 100% here. Yeah, pretty much every day it has spike, it loses its gain, so could be a nice short later. Yeah. So 50% loss, 50% loss recently as well. So we might see the same pattern, but definitely you don't want to get in front of the move since it typically does run for a while, but it does lose its gains towards the end of the day. So we'll just wait until it pays out, until something sets up. NMRD looks like it's gonna fade, not gonna give us a long setup. Yeah, I wouldn't reserve the shares yet, but you could reserve them for later, but if they do get more expensive. So MITO here, MITO, if it ends up holding VWAP here as support plus like this 225 level, we might get a squeeze here. Probably trap a lot of shorts here right under VWAP. And this was the initial entry point for shorts, somewhere around here. So if shorts piled in there, plus sellers, and if it does hang on and consolidate here, we might see a long potential. If shorts are on the wrong side. But definitely need to close a few candles above VWAP. Especially like a 5-minute candle. So this 5-minute candle needs to close, which is in 4 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. And then maybe another 5-minute candle, and then we can look for that break. It'll be like a cup and handle. It looks like it's trying to do something funny. Yeah. So let's let it consolidate for 5-10 minutes around here. Well, that shorts average up right here, and then they'll get squeezed once it breaks. So SSY went to lows there. Again, I went a little too early. Yeah, so that's way too early for me, so I'm not going to take that flag. Either that, it's maybe shorts getting premature squeeze there. But yeah, this ticker will probably be untradeable for now. If it just sets up, it's something, it'll probably need to consolidate here for 15 minutes. LEDs is getting extended. VWAP is just right beneath it though. How much is LEDs? So 14 cents a share. Yeah. Borrow was too much, but that was a potential 5-day break there by a penny. And then maybe it's a trend line break. Oh, that's a bad candle. But potentially it probably tested the 5-minute chart there. And VWAP, held VWAP. Oh, yeah. You don't want to get in front of this. Historically, it does make huge range move, but it does lose its gains, so you just have to wait till probably the later half of the day. It's gonna be too early to short this. Alright, so I'm gonna watch MITO. MITO. It really needs to consolidate around here. Ideally, maybe another test on the 15-minute chart reclaims the VWAP area, 225 as support, and then maybe a flag here. Other than that, I don't see anything else. Lex, Vince. Oh yeah, so there's another early flag there. So you can see early flag FOMO buyers are just getting stopped out, right? So that's what you want to avoid. Don't get FOMO'd in. You know, the reason why I draw those things the way I draw is because it's extended and it needs to consolidate. There's pretty much no consolidation around this period, right? It's pretty much an uptrend move from the low 2s to all the way to 240s. So you can see it's just uptrend. So you need sideways. It hasn't given that sideways. So let's LEDS halted. IFMD might get a VWAP scalp squeeze here. Potential. Oh, so there's the squeeze there. Too late for it. But that was the potential spot. You could risk this potential VWAP squeeze. If it fails, then you can take a 10-cent loss. How much is focus for MITO? It does look like it might be a short setup there. I feel like there might be a lot of longs probably stuck overhead. $0.029. $0.029 for borrows on this. So ideally MITO, if it ends up reclaiming VWAP or this 225 level has support again. Alright, so it looks like some shorts are still stuck. So I'm watching MITO. Gonna wait until it forms a support around this 225 area. And then potentially we could buy a flag break later. The 230 flag break. LEDS resumed from the halt. I'm not gonna go in front of it, but we'll keep an eye on it for maybe a short in the later part of the day. Hey Dante, RKT. Are you looking for a short on this? So what did it have? Did it just have bad earnings? So it is somewhat on its support at 1832. So you might get a bounce. It is approaching that support level. You can see it's a pretty strong support at this 1826 level. So you might get a bounce here, or at least some consolidation. So if you're looking too short, it might not work too well. It is getting extended as well on the 15-minute chart, so you might get a little retest of 1930s or so before anything else happens. So the 15-minute chart, if you pull it up, it's a bit extended. The 90 EMA is up here, so naturally it'll probably get a retest either on VWAP or the 1920s. So you might get a retest there. But yeah, on the hourly chart, it tested the hourly pre-market and then I was fading back down. But yeah, on the daily chart, it has a strong support at 1826 or so. So you probably get some buyers there at that level, 1826 level. All right, submittal. All right. So let's see middle. So middle, I think it's almost a long setup. Ideally, we get another 5-minute close. So like pulls back. So I think we get another 5-minute close above the 5-minute 90 EMA. Maybe in 4 more minutes. But yeah, I'll just be very careful with this one. If you see any weakness, definitely need to stop out. You might get another candle like this. But yeah, it is grinding up very slowly. Alright, so ideally it retests this trend line and pulls back one more time and holds VWAP. Well, it's not like a 6 million share. It's a 6 million buyer here. Wait, 5,000 times 100 is what? What's that? Oh, 500,000 buyer. Alright, so it really needs one more pullback. So hopefully it doesn't break this flag line. Alright, so broke there by a penny. Yeah, if it continue here, I cannot take a trade on it. It needs to pull back one more time. Alright. So no trades there for me. Locates are 2.9 cents per share, so let's see. So that was the high day, and now we're getting that pullback. Yeah, so MITO was in a buy spot there on that flag break because it's extended. We needed a pullback. But yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that. No trace there. IFMD looks like it might have broken down here. The low gate is 2.9 cents. So I'll probably look for a short later. I think the long setup is messed up here, so I'm not gonna take any long trades on this. HL. HL is easy to borrow. Oh, whoa. Something just happened there. Alright, I'll just move on. Looks like there was a big seller and then it just got bought back. That was a little weird. I'm just gonna avoid it. HDSN looks a little interesting here. HDSN, the range is pretty small, but $0.02 per share on the short locate, but HDSN looks like it could be a short of this 214 break. Stop at 221, but I don't know where it's gonna go, how much room it has on the downside, like 206. So it's not the best risk reward. Hey Reza, BCRX, check it out. BCRX up 13% for today. Have a decent little curl on the daily chart, so it does look decent. It is holding this area as support, 1058. So support became resistance, and then this support became resistance. So you're still in this kind of channel here. It's 1058 to 1258. Potentially I think you can get a flag break later. But I think it's gone a pretty decent move today, so I'm not sure if it'll go any further today. You have a few resistance level. I think it's gonna consolidate a few candles, maybe a pullback, and maybe a break of this. Maybe next week, BCRX can get interesting. I put it in my watch list. So I had earnings recently. Okay, I had earnings before market open today. Okay. Yeah, so it looks all right. I think if this could consolidate, hold a higher low here, I think it could break above this level, the 1250 level, and we can probably see all-time highs. This all-time highs, yeah. That's still trending higher. Definitely not a short yet. I think we have to wait till the Yeah, like I mentioned, I know it has a huge range, but the second part of the day, I think the later half of the day, I think we'll get a 50% fade. So we just have to wait for that. Can't really get on that front side. So MITO looks like got another rejection candle here. Broke trend line. So that was another potential short, but it feels like it's a little bit extended on the 15-minute chart. Here is a AVNW. So it looks like it had bad earnings. It's having this head and shoulder pattern. It's like your shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline. But you are on like a neckline support, so we'll see what it does. But it looks pretty bad. It's on a downtrend for sure, so usually I don't buy on a downtrend. You probably need to look for some sign of lower highs first. So you don't want to really buy these. I mean, yeah, dip buying is probably good and all, but it can also dip lower. So normally I would wait until you see a higher low like this. And that's the first sign of an uptrend. Right now it's a falling knife, so it could very well just go test 2060, 200 EMA on this head and shoulder breakdown. Yeah, so MITO would have been a good short there off that 218. Risking 228. It's a 10-cent risk. Hourly chart is at 194, so yeah, let's so still no trade for me this morning. Haven't seen any good setups. Okay, LKCO is getting very tight here. It's probably gonna choose a direction soon. Alright, so LKCO. Alright, so it chose a direction there. It popped up. Oh, ice. Ice has a decent looking 1 minute flag here, but it is extended. Do I have borrows on it? I might have borrows on my TD. Might be a small short here. 6 in on the 5 minute chart to 620. $6.47. So it does have room to like maybe 625. It's not the best risk to reward. Let's see, 640 break. 7-cent risk for 15-cent target. Let's... Okay, yeah, that's just going parabolic. Yeah, let's just gonna wait. Yeah. Bar for that is insane. 35 cents per share. Oh, looks like I missed the ice short here. Alright, I was gonna smack. Alright, so also potential ice short for 650 stop. 625 target. It's not the best. Yeah, let's halt it again. Pretty crazy, 100%. Yeah, MITO broke trend. Decent short. BRN is somewhat running. IFBD. It's hanging on pretty well. I think if it does a higher low here, it might get interesting. This is recent IPO? Oh. Mossy is hitting the 1254 resistance area. So let's resume. $0.31 per share. It's a little doji candle there. So you see the purple points that I have on the candles? Those are wicks. Wicks are dojis. So you can see each highlight ones, purple highlights. Those are the doji wick candles. Let's see. If you go back historically, when does it typically fade? So this one fades in 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. $8 o'clock. PST. This one was end of the day. This one was after 8. This one was 9. So historically it should fade. Another halt. So another halt up there. Or wait, not halting yet. It's almost halted. It's made all-time highs? Is it? Wow, it's at all-time highs. It's pretty crazy. It's done the most volume ever it did today. So 18 cents per share now. I might just grab 100 shares and just short 100 shares. So you look for the inverted cup and handle. Pretty much none of these had given an inverted cup and handle. Alright. So the inverted cup and handle helps you avoid. There's no inverted cup and handle yet. No inverted cup and handle. So we'll see. We need to bounce for the inverted cup and handle. MITO straight to the hourly chart. Wow. HDSN still held that 214 level. ICE broke high of day. Dang. Came a little too late for this, but that was a trend line break there. It's a nice high of day, and then trend line break. Good risk here, 660 for that break. Tested the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I was watching LKCO. It was tight here. It had a triangle. And it was either going to choose, you know, a downside break or upside break. It chose upside break, retested this level, and then slowly going higher. Not a big fan of the daily chart though. Doesn't look like it's going to do anything today. So BCRX hit that daily resistance up here. So you got rejected there. 1254. It hit 1256. HL. Party City. I didn't know they have a stock. Dang. I almost took eyes. I was through the charts a few seconds late. So definitely still has some buying pressure here. BCRX. Okay. Yeah. It needs another bounce. But on the 15-minute chart, there's a doji candle. It's breaking below the doji. Hey Daniel. Any 24-hour purchase? Does that mean you're holding and selling next day? Is that what you're talking about? Hey Kyle, Nmrd, let me check it out. Oh, so yeah, it had a huge. So this was extended on the daily chart. So you can see the daily 9 EMA is at 7. It's at 7. So it's still extended. The 44-hour 9 EMA is at 950, so you might get a bounce here on the 950 level. But definitely I think in the next few days it's going to 750. Yeah, the 9 EMA is really extended, so it's not going up anytime soon. Next day will probably be like this. Yeah, just like these days. When it's extended, it'll retrace back to the 9 EMA, the white line here. If it's way extended, it'll give a big red candle for a correction. If it's healthy enough, it'll consolidate for like sideways until this catches up. The moving average just catches up, and then it'll break. If not, it'll just pull back for a few days, and then maybe you'll get a bounce later. Let's not ready. Still squeezing all-time highs. Pretty nuts. 140% for today. Yeah, I would avoid lets. I would trade it after in an hour or two. You don't want to get stuck in this squeeze. It's still holding the 5-minute trend. I think the best signal will be the 5-minute reversal. The 1 minute's gonna be a lot of noise due to the high volume. So I'll just look at the 5-minute chart. I think once it breaks this 5-minute trend, you can see pretty much the whole morning, the whole day, it's holding this 5-minute trend. So I think the backside will happen when it breaks this, which is gonna be like probably another up and then maybe an inverted cup and handle and breaks this, and then we'll see the backside. Right now it's still on the front side on the 5-minute trend. Definitely don't want to get in front of that. 50-minute chart, 6 candles in a row, still holding above that. Hey Kyle, no problem. I can check out EBK. EBK dead on volume today. It doesn't look like nothing going on there. I think it had. So does this look like it's a pump and dump? So I'm looking at the chart. Each day it had a huge gain. It just lost its value, and the next few days it just goes back down to where it was, or slightly higher. But yeah, today looks like yesterday it was a pump, and then today just a dump. So nothing going on here. It looks like just low volume is pretty much dead. Yeah, I don't see any trade here on EBK. Okay, so no trade so far this morning. I do have to get to a work meeting. Yeah, I think shorts are really stuck on LEDS. Thanks, Kyle, for tuning in. Yeah, potential here. Inverted cup and handle forming, but again, could get tricky. $12.40. That's so I grabbed 100 shares locate on LEDS. Oh crap. Alright, I missed that short. I didn't have my orders ready. I was gonna short at 12.43, stop at 12.98, just 100 shares, but I missed the entry there. So let's see what it does. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a good entry there. I don't know, did you take that? I think that would have been a spot there. It's a nice signal. High of day break. High of day break, and then high of day fell on that inverted cup handle. I just grabbed my locates and then I was gonna smack that, and then it broke right when I was doing my entry. And a halt down. Dang. Well, I paid 18 cents for it. For sure. I'm gonna grab 100 shares, but yeah, maybe it'll bounce off the 5-minute chart. Give us a 5-minute reversal. So what it needs to do in the 5-minute chart is going to be something like this. Breakdown. Inverted cup and handle. This trend line break. So right now it's holding this trend line pretty well. So you have to wait until this trend line break, which would be that. So it'll be a bounce off this EMA, and then a lower high, and then you take that break. Stop at lower high. Yeah, it sucks. I think there was like 2 good entries that I was eyeing. Just didn't get my entries on time. So here was the 1240 on LEDS, little inverted cup and handle. I like the high of day break there with increased volume, and then when it couldn't go hold a higher high, it held a lower high. This was a good spot. But yeah. So it took us short here on HL. Stop at 714. So HDSN actually broke that 214 and got a nice 14-cent wash. Yeah, MITO had a nice short here. That's 218 area. Right now it's, yeah, not looking good. Might get a little rebound, maybe towards $2 later. ELTK out looks like a pump and dump. XLW. Pix LW looks like an ugly chart too. It's in just a really long channel. Like between $5 and like $2.50 for a really long time. Hey Vishnu. Yeah, so let's I think once it fades, it's gonna fade 50% of its move. It's definitely extended on all the higher time frame. So I would expect a pullback to $9. Yeah. So LEDS, I think it's the move might be done. Yeah. So here's the first 5-minute flag. So let's, this is a 5-minute flag, so if it fails, I'm gonna try a short ad through 1068. Vishnu, if it does go higher, what it needs to do is gonna hold 12 as support. But it's made a huge move already, and it's quite extended on the other time frame, but it is also the most volume it's ever done. So shorts might have gotten a little ahead of themselves. Alright, so this looks like it's a fail flag. If this gives a little bounce, I'm gonna take it short. Yeah, so if you're holding leads, I would definitely sell some. If it creates a lower high here and breaks this, it's probably attempt to bounce off VWAP or a 15-minute chart. Yeah, I got lead for 19 cents earlier over here. Alright, so taking it short. Oh crap. Alright, I didn't get filled. Alright, I got filled there. I got short at 1085. Might be a little early, but I think I could take a 1150 stop or so. So this might be the full bounce. So it might have. This is just a 1 minute bounce. I think we're gonna need a few more candles here. It'll run again if it holds $12 as support. It'll run. All right, so I have 200 shares short. Yeah, so I mentioned to sell some because once this break right here, it's going to be a wash down. So I'm actually short at 1085. I had 200 shares. I'm going to take off some here. Alright, so I took 100 shares off VWAP and 50 shares right there. So this is the 15-minute test, so we're going to see a bounce here. Oh, I just read that you're in at 1270. Yeah, you shouldn't be in here. So I just have 50 shares left on LED's short position. I'm gonna hang on to this to sub 9s. Hey Manny. So when you're going into a trade, you have to know where to stop, right? So I'm just down 25 shares there on LEDS. So when I enter a trade, I always know where to stop. So if you're playing a say you're buying somewhere here, a spot to stop would be this area. This is where support is. So the support broke, that's why the stock goes down. So if you're buying up here, a good stop would be around this 1080 level. That's where I took it short because that's where people will stop out. So if you're buying at $12 and your stop is at 11, that's $1 per share, right? So if you're 100 shares, then that's $100 loss. So you also have to size in what you're willing to lose, not how much you want to win. So if you're willing to lose $200, you can size in 200 shares. For this is a $1 range, right? So you should always know where to stop. And that's what a lot of new traders have a hard time doing, is taking stops and not knowing where to take stops and where to take profits. So for this particular stock, definitely you want to take profits up here, because historically, if you look at the chart, every time it spikes up, it just sells back down. So wicks, high wick candles, meaning it sold back down on that same day, or the end of the day, it just cannot hold its gains. So it's gonna fade back down. You just need to know when it's gonna fade back down. So here it ran up and it lost 50% of its gain on that day. Here it ran up, lost 80% of the gain that day. So this stock is not a buy and hold. You can see each day it goes up, it goes back down. So right now it went up, it already lost 50% of its gain today. It could lose 80%, it could close at $7. And I believe it will close around $7-8 today. So you should know where to stop, and you should take your stop, because a support is a support for a reason, and if it can't get back over that support, it will continue lower. And the hourly chart is at 750. So you look at the hourly chart, this 90 EMA is right here. I'm expecting it to pull back down to $8. So I'm gonna hold my 25 shares short. I'm gonna try to get sub 9s. So here's my short entries. You can see I took that short there on these red entries, and here are my covers. And I'm just up $153 for now. I didn't go big on it because the borrow fees was pretty high. Yeah, so it looks really weak. All the sellers up here should be, I mean, all the buyers should be sellers. I think we can get sub 9s in the next 30 minutes. Did you take any, Daniel? I know the shares were, yeah, I kept refreshing, and I had like $18 per 100 shares, and I had a $13. So I grabbed some of those $13 per 100 shares. Yeah, those two entries here. This was the first entry. It was really nice. I missed it on that inverted cup and handle. And then you pull in the 5 minutes, 5 minute chart. It's a really nice inverted cup and handle here. And those are either new. This is the two strategies I trade. You can see Let's did the short setup there multiple times. First one was here. And then the bigger one was this. Let's see what else is moving. Alright, so LEXX actually broke out of this downtrend and it had a nice little run there. I mean, I was watching this, was tempted to take this. It was like a $6 break, risking 575. It was a nice little tight range there. MITO had a nice breakdown after that high of day fell. BCRX trending higher. HNL took a loss. PXLW. Huh. It's pretty strange. It's like a pump. Yeah, many try not to chase. If you stick around, I can tell you not to buy around this area. The best spot to buy was like my setup would be actually yeah, it didn't set up at all. It looks like it was just a chaser stock. I absolutely don't see any setup at all. I think there was a few maybe shorts being trapped and squeezed, and that drove the stock up. Yeah. What you want is consolidation. So like this might be a good example. But it's not really a clean one. Let's see. If I could find one. Wait, this PXLW looks interesting though for a short. Uh, 362. Okay, so I'm watching this. So if this puts a lower high here, I'm gonna take it short to 362. Easy to borrow on my platform. 6 cents, 6 cents. So yeah, at best it's a 1-to-1. Yeah, maybe I'll pass. Yeah, I could show you my long setups. That are trading the pass. Here. Alright. So here you can see they're all going to be examples of the same thing on the left here. So the long setup is the flag pennant. So you make sure you have a support and resistance area, and that support, the resistance becomes support with a higher low, and then you can draw the flag line, and then you buy on the flag line, stopping at the prior low. So I'll show you lots of examples of those that I've collected over my trading. Let's see. Desktop zoom. Okay. So here's one. You can see exactly the same pattern. You can draw that line right here, and you can draw the little bounce. So you can buy the flag. That's where I bought right here. I bought an inner flag as an earlier entry, and I show it into these pushes. So that's one example. Here's another one. It's a wider one, but this is on AMC. So you can see, you can draw the line right about here, and that's where support, resistance became support, and this is where I bought, and I sold into these pushes. Here's some more examples. CCIV. You can draw the line right here. Resistance became support, and I bought there, and I sold into here. And this is another example on CGIX. Same pattern. So pretty much you just gotta wait patiently for these patterns to form. This is where I bought, and I sold down to here. Some more patterns, CTRM. Here's a great pattern, ran pretty well. So same thing. You know, they're all the same. They just come in different form and shape. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to spot. Yeah, and you just have to wait until it forms and not chase. And you could also waiting patiently will avoid, you know, FOMO trades. And the reason these patterns work out is because you have good consolidations. and then a breakout of those. So that's a good spot to buy. Yeah, so these are all the same patterns of examples there. On the short side, I have a few examples on the short side too as well. Here's the short inverted cup and handle, right? Here's another inverted cup and handle. Take it short there, cover, re-add short, cover, right? So that's another short. Here's some more short. Yeah, these charts are a little wider, but here's another inverted cup and handle, short, cover, right? And then potential more shorts and cover, but it wasn't clean over here, but you can see this one was a good trade there. Here's another inverted cup and handle, short, cover, re-add short, and cover a few more, and potentially a bear flag. You can short, cover, some more inverted cup and handles, short covers. You can re-add short here and then cover some more, but yeah, I shorted there, cover, and cover the rest there. Some more. So pretty much all the same pattern, and you know, come in various form and shapes. Like I mentioned, LEDS, it was an example today that I took. So the first example was right here, right? So once it broke high of days and the momentum couldn't bring this to a higher high, so higher high, it did a lower high. So a lower high is pretty much an inverted cup and handle. Once it breaks that trend line and then 1 minute 90 EMA chart, that's where you can get your first short entry. And pretty much it halted down towards like 10, the low 11s, right? And then so that would be your first target, is the 5-minute chart. And then the one I actually missed this because I couldn't get my entries on time. Oh, then no. All right, I'll take a quick look right now. Yeah, it looks all right. The only thing is the 15-minute chart is just right below it. Yeah, I think I would avoid this. Sometimes I see this type of chart and I try to short these, and then I end up getting squeezed out. It's also very low volume. So I don't think you'll have a lot of meat to this because you're risking about, the spread is also wide. Spread is 7 cents. So your spread is almost your risks, right? So you're risking 702 here. Your target's 73. So you're risking 12 cents here to make what is this, 27 cents. So it's a pretty good risk reward, but because your spread is like 7-cent spread, it's going to be hard to control. You might get a really huge wick. But potentially, I think if it breaks 690, you might get your 674. But it's very, very low volume. So yeah, I think it's all right looking. It did break high of days, and it's not. If it breaks 690, 670 should be okay. But if it doesn't give a complete wash, you might get a little bit squeezed there. So let's. I'm still holding 25 shares, a short. So let's those of you that missed it, I took a short pretty much on that inverted cup and handle on the 5-minute chart. So you can see the little inverted cup, and then the handle. I took a short there, and I covered. I'm still in 25 shares. I didn't have a whole lot of borrows because it was expensive. But I think this is gonna go to sub 9s. Re-entry. Many definitely don't. I wouldn't look for a re-entry. If you're looking for a re-entry and maybe taking for a short trade, that's okay, but definitely not a re-entry to hold for next day. I really think it's gonna go to 8. Maybe you could, if you really want to buy, yeah, you could buy around 8, and then maybe you'll get a little bounce at 10, but I wouldn't consider it. It's still in a downtrend, and it can still fade all day, even after hours. It's probably not the stock you want to buy and hold for really long. The move is already done, and historically, this just fades back down. So I'm gonna take off all the rest of my shares here. So I had a nice. It got sub 9s here, around 8. Kind of missed it. Was talking about other things. But that would have been my target. It went to 881. So this is a $154 trade here on LETS. Lex. So Lex had a 5-day push. It's extended, so I think we can see a wash back down. Don't have locates on my main broker. 4.5 cents. Right, so that was a potential spot. So you can take that short 819 break. You can stop at these highs at 854. Uber. So Uber looks alright now. It broke down of the support level here at 447.24. So I actually had a nice descending triangle. If you watched the video yesterday, my recap yesterday, I was talking about descending triangles. And this 47.24 was an area where you could take a short there. Stop at here, and it would have been a nice little move on the descending triangle break. Right now it has reclaim that prior support level. So it probably is trying to retest VWAP here. Retest VWAP and maybe back to the hourly chart at 4850. But it is down on the day and day chart, but there's no way like bullish. It might be just a short scalp in the for day trade. Yeah, Lex. Yeah, Lex, the risk reward might not be worth it anymore, but it does look tempting. So it looks like it's breaking now. But I'm gonna take a pass on this. RV. Applied UV. Okay, interesting alt. Also historically pump. Oh yeah. Quick. Looks alright. $676 is the target now. $702 is still the. Yeah, I think you should be good, Daniel. I'll definitely have orders out though, around 677, because it looks the spread is pretty wide, so you might not get a good feel if you don't have orders out on the bid. I don't have a position right now on quick. Okay. So that broke down. Alright, so no trade on there. I was hoping for another, after this push, was hoping for one more bounce candle before I take a short on that. NMRD, NMRD is dead. I think this is just a little bit shorts covering. It's a huge move. LEDS, I think 1080 level, it's going to be huge resistance. If it ever gets back over it, it could make another run, but I doubt it. I think 1080 is going to be an area where shorts is going to reshort. Longs that didn't stop up here, we're going to stop out up there. So longs that didn't stop, or longs that bought up here that didn't stop here, will take a stop here. So it should be resistance and also a very key level for shorts to add to their position, which I may take. So PXLW is extended on the 15-minute chart. It does look interesting for a little. If this flag fails, I'll probably look for a short. So on the 15-minute chart here, it's way extended. 350 is where the 15-minute chart is at. The last 15-minute low was at 365. And then on the 5-minute chart, you can start seeing it start to form an inverted cup and handle. So once it breaks down this area, I'm gonna take a short, which should be around like 367 level. $367. So LEDs is bouncing back. All right, so if this fails here, I'm gonna take the break of 367. Okay, so W. 35% institutional ownership, so it could be a little tricky. Too short there, but I'm gonna take a stab at it. So the high here is 376, so it's gonna be a 10-cent risk. Target is 350, 17-cent potential profit there. So yeah, right now I'm watching PXLW, seeing if this candle here is going to be the handle of the inverted cup and handle on the 5-minute chart. If this ends up just going higher, it's not going to be a handle anymore. It's going to be a higher high. If it does curl here, becomes a red candle and breaks this cup line, I can see it go back to 350s, which is a 15-minute correction on the 9 EMA. But we're gonna wait until it plays out. So I'm gonna watch down the side. Watch LEDS. So LEDS actually went, hit that 1080. Let's see what happens at this level. If it actually breaks above this and holds 1080 as support, shorts might be in trouble, and it might get another leg. But we'll see how it reacts from here. If it actually tops off, it could fade from here. So PXLW is going higher. So no signal there. But it did get rejected pretty harshly there. Alright, so that might have been the fail flag. Alright. So good start, and it looks like it is breaking down without a signal. Alright, so this was a fail flag. Attempted to break out the flag, failed. Ideally, normally when we see a fail flag like this, we want to see it kind of retest the lows and then a lower high, like inverted cup and handle. Then we can take that short, risking the prior high there. But sometimes this just stops out a lot of longs that bought this, and it just washed back down without giving us an entry. Oh my goodness. So that would have been a nice trade, but unfortunately we didn't get anything from that. So that was a nice inverted cup and handle, you can see, right down to 350s. I was eyeing this trade, but didn't set up exactly there. But that was a nice short off that fail flag. Okay. So no trades there. Was a nice little. You can also see head and shoulder pattern. But pretty much the right side part is the inverted cup and handle minus this. Head and shoulder just shows you the trend. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't set up the way we like. LEXX actually, broke down there as well. So we might be a little too conservative, but that's okay. AUVI. Hey, Cody price. With less than 25. Put it into today with highest short return. Sell Friday. I'm more of a day trader, so I usually don't hold overnight. So I can't really tell you what is the best to hold overnight. Because the stocks I'm usually trading aren't like investing stocks. They're more just like day trading stocks. But sometimes I would look at the daily chart. So I could pull up the daily chart and then look at the percent gainers and see what looks all right. Like BCRX looks all right, but it is way extended today. But on a daily time frame, it looks decent. It looks like it can go higher and break all-time highs. The BCRX is a one candidate. The only thing is it's extended today. It made a big move today. GBR also looks decent. If I'm just looking at the daily chart and nothing else, GBR looks like it can curl, maybe go to 6. But yeah, it's not my type of trading, but if you want any answers, then that's the best I can give you. Yeah, so LEDs is holding, broke over that, so it actually might have another leg, surprisingly. So I held this 1060 level. If it actually supports here, consolidate longer, we might see it break high in the next hour. But you don't want to buy here. The best spot to buy is like it does something like the hourly is still extended, so that's what I don't like about. But if it just sets up a long trade, it would need to hold $12. I think $12 is the next level it needs to hold. Right here. Or 1174. Where it topped out double here. So 1174 is gonna have trouble. And then maybe when it holds 1174 as support, you can buy that little flag there. And maybe you could buy at 1250. If it goes higher, and your stop would be like 1174. I think that would be like the best play if it does sets up long. But yeah, it looks like it got shorts. So I took a short here, right? And I took, profits down here. And I took my last 25 shares off around here. And then now the shorts that didn't cover, they're getting squeezed now. Now the shorts that took a short here they're at a loss now, so they have to stop out, and with new buyers coming in, it can squeeze them for another ride. So we'll see where it goes, but right now it looks all right. It's gonna take some time though. But it is getting late part in the morning, and I do have a full-time job. I work from home, but I just had one trade or two trade today. That was on LEDS for $154 win. And it was a short trade here. Like I mentioned, I took a short there on that crash, and I covered the last 25 shares there. And then so this is a $154 win, and then I took another trade on HL, which I took a $72 loss on, and that was it was a little bit too early, but there was this trend line, and I went in a little bit too early. Waited for another lower high here for it to form a valid signal. Went in early, and I had to take a loss when it broke my prior high here. So I took a $72 loss there. But overall, I'm up 80 for the morning. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and gonna sign off. I usually stream for about an hour or two in the morning around 6:40. Get on around like 6:40 to 7. I avoid trading the first 10 minutes of the day because of the high volatility and people from previous days just stopping out. So stops are being ran in the first 10 minutes. So I usually avoid trading those because I'm more of a pattern trader. You can see my pattern. I trade throughout the day, but I just don't stream it. I trade offline still. But you feel free to join my Discord. Sometimes I do occasionally post some signals there. But we're still building a community there. But yeah, I normally don't come back. I do a end of day trading recap, and you can see in my videos in my channel. So feel free to watch over those if you want some more content. But for streaming, I just stream in the morning. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye guys.